What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, what shorts are up to, and what is really pushing it down today. Before I get into any of that, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So at the time doing this video, it is down 2.39%. Nothing to do with Lucid itself, so no news, no SEC filings associated to them. Rather, it's the whole automotive sector. So our friend Jonas from Morgan Stanley did downgrade the entire US auto industry. And it's kind of funny though, because recently he did kind of upgrade Tesla. So behind the scenes, he's always been very bullish on Tesla, kind of on and off a little bit with Rivian, recently bearish, but he's never liked Lucid one bit. So a lot of that is just adding kind of some unnecessary selling pressure. Rivian is getting hit quite hard. So on a technical stance, they're getting slaughtered, but Lucid so far is holding up fairly well. So I'm going to go over the technicals and stuff like that in a second, but surprisingly shorts are easing off, if that makes sense. So right now they're increasing roughly around 721,000 shares. And when I'm saying easing off, they're not increasing 4+ million and stuff like that as what they have been, only increasing 721. Take that with a grain of salt, of course, but 30.15% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 270.28 million shares overall are being shorted. As far as like unofficial stuff, even looking on social media, the only thing that really came out was this. So Lucid 𝗖𝗧𝗪 did post this. Looks like they made a appearance at the whole Disneyland Paris We Connect International Conference. I don't know if they actually did participate or just kind of showcased their vehicles, but yeah, honestly, I think that's what Lucid's all about, is just showcasing, getting their name out there, word of mouth. The only thing I think they will eventually have to do and pivot is a lot of big names such as Ferrari and whatever, they started to do exactly what Lucid did. Basically showcase their vehicle any and everywhere. But eventually it will come to a point where Lucid is realizing that they're not really showcasing to their target market. I think right now they're just trying to get word of mouth and drum up some demand, but eventually Lucid will have to start to kind of niche down on where they are kind of showcasing their vehicles, but that's going to be several years out. Nonetheless though, pretty good stuff. Disneyland Paris is the only one I've actually, that's my next one I want to go to. I'm a big Disney fan on a side note, so if you guys have been to Disneyland Paris, give yourself a shout out in the comments. Yeah, it's kind of good. I always go to England quite a few times a year to go visit my mom, but for the most part, yeah, Disneyland Paris is just kind of a hop across the channel. But aside from that though, right now you are having the market also pricing in cuts. Future cuts, of course. So for the November 7th, there now is a 59.4% likelihood of a 50 basis point cut, and that is followed by another 25 basis point cut for the December 18th. So 125 basis points in cuts in 2024 is pretty good if you ask me. Looking for January, looks like there even a small likelihood of a following 25 basis point cut, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how everything does play out. But what is your guys' thoughts on good old Jonas downgrading the whole US auto industry? And you guys can always pause it at this stage and kind of read through line by line. But yeah, maybe, I don't know. Jonas has always been very weird, but although gotta give him credit when credit is due, when Lucid was at like $20-$30, he said 12, came to fruition. When it was at 12, he said 5, it came to fruition. So he's been the only analyst out of anyone covering Lucid to be accurate. So again, that's got to give credit when credit is due, right? But aside from that, looking at the options, kind of low dollar value, 62,000 in calls, 108,000 in puts. 75% of all the options being done today though are optimistic and bullish, and clearly are orienting for it to be around that 450 range. You do have this random amount right here around that $6 range by November 15th. So maybe someone knows something as far as the Gravity unveiling or something. In my opinion, I still think it would be in sometime in October, but you never know. Or I guess the November 15th would be encumbering their upcoming earnings as well. So you do see some optimism behind the scenes. And then looking at puts, you kind of just see it sub 350. That's what people are anticipating. So in my opinion, even though this is just merely a sentiment, there's a little bit more upside anticipated based on current price levels. So something to kind of consider. But as of today, only one transaction occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. Regrettably, it was a sell for $449,000. There was some good buying happening after hours. A big one right here, so 2.16. Anticipate a lot of volatility in the next couple trading days as a lot of entities do rebalance their portfolios, because we're basically in the last week of Q3. So a lot of entities will be rebalancing their portfolios, and Lucid has been somewhat underperforming, so meaning entities will have to buy. So kind of a good thing, if that makes sense. But right now with it at $3.48, it is trading between this S1 and the pivot. So 343 will be the strong support that you want to watch for it to hold. Kind of bounced off of that general area for the most part. And then $3.63 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. Didn't come close to that so far today, but we did see more of a potential run near the second part of the day yesterday. If that again makes sense. So once again, that could happen. Once some optimism kind of resurges back into the market, then people might see Lucid as a good buying opportunity. But right now, still flirting with that 50-day moving average. This one is absolutely key that you'll want to watch for it to really hold and kind of move higher from here. So just kind of stay tuned for that. If it does break down, then anticipate kind of the low $3 range-ish. But as of right now, it is considered very oversold based on the stochastic at 16. So if there's a good piece of news, like I've stated, Gravity or partnership, something, anything that Peter ate for lunch, and then you could see some value investors kind of coming into Lucid. Maybe not today because of the downgrade, but going forward into the next couple of days. And you do see number of retail investors getting in. So even though you haven't seen that much institutions really lining up to buy Lucid, retail has been there and has been buying. So let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What have you been doing? And have you guys still been dabbling with options? And if so, what have you guys been selecting for your call options or puts? Again, options, you could be bullish, bearish, it does everything. But are you guys rather bullish on Lucid or not? What's your guys' take? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. One final thing, make sure you guys definitely take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Link to this is in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.